Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is TRIKEMAN, Rusty 78609, and I'm leaving my favorite grocery store here in Marble Falls, Texas for the umpteenth time. Umpteenth is a good word, and what I'm going to talk about is RVing and the use of electric bikes, trikes, and other stuff. And also, you can use this would also apply to people that live in homes where they can use electric trikes, bikes to go get groceries and go down to the corner store and stuff, and not use their internal combustion engine vehicle, commonly known now as ICE vehicles, or a car. Okay, now I got to try to make this red light here. I ain't gonna make it. But in Texas, you can turn right on a red light, so I may end up turning right anyway. Well, I'm not either. I got here just in time for the parade, but be that as it may, the e-trike that I have currently is a Liberty e-bike, or trike, excuse me, Liberty trike. And it is very enjoyable. I've enjoyed it a lot so far. I think it will be a great addition to my RVing camping experience. Why? Because it just gives you a little freedom to not start your vehicle and do that. And it's nice to just ride around with your hair blowing in the wind and a 360 view, or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty nice. But again, the trikes that I'm looking at, I've got one now, the Liberty e-trike. I also have one coming in Thursday or Friday from Bolton. It's just it's a different concept. Okay, it's just a little different market, and we'll talk more about that later. But they're both front wheel drive, and now what I want to hone in now is on some of the particulars, or some of the things that you might want to know if you're going to get an e-bike or an e-trike, because some of them are front wheel drive, some of them are center drive, and some of them are rear wheel drive. I've only had the front wheel drive so far, but here's what I found out about the front wheel drive. If you want to go up a hill, a fairly steep hill, and it's wet, good luck, okay, because that wheel may spin. All right, now as far as it'll also spin on wet grass. So if you're out camping somewhere and you get off in the woods or something, and you're coming back to your campsite and you're going uphill and the ground is wet or moist from heavy dew or whatever, then that front wheel is going to spin. Also on gravel, as long as you're on straight and level, no problem. Downhill, no problem. Uphill, depends on the gravel, but that front wheel will spin on you sometimes. Is that a big issue? No, but just be aware of it. Because if you live in an area where you're going to be using it, or camping in an area where you're going to be using it a lot, and it's a wet climate or whatever, just bear in mind that going uphill with a front wheel drive may not be your dream situation. And also, my Liberty e-trike has reverse. Does it come in handy? It's there. I've used it once. Did I need to use it? No, I could have pushed the bike back, but I just wanted to check out the reverse, and it works fine. What else? Another thing is tire size. Does the tire size make any difference? Whether it's a fat thing or a skinny thing or whatever, it depends. If you're going to be using it off-road, just common sense would tell you that possibly the fat tires would be somewhat better than narrower tires in sandy, gravelly situations. So yeah, that's something to think about. The tire size, like whether it's 16 or 20 inch or larger, again, I don't know. That may make a little difference in the range, but again, the range for me is not a factor. I thought it was going to be. I was thinking, 20 miles, that doesn't sound like it's very far. It's a long way on an e-trike, I promise you that. To go 20 miles at 5 miles an hour is 4 hours. Okay, so you're not going to want to be sitting on that board seat that long. And all the seats are hard. It's your typical bicycle. I mean, you can rig up a way to pad it, I'm sure, but just be aware that the seats, even though they look comfortable, they're hard. Okay, And I'm going to try to make this green light, and I'm just right at. Well, get going, truck. Let's go. You. God dang, just as I get rolling, the light changes. And I know all of y'all are watching me. So anyway, I'll stop. So As far as TRIKEMAN and the e-trikes, I like it. I've kind of formed me a new routine now around 3 o'clock, in that range, when the weather's good like it's going to be today and was yesterday and the day before. I take about an hour ride on my electric trike, and I pedal probably half the time. So you know, it's a good addition. I mean, I'm burning some calories and enjoying cruising around, and I've got a couple of things. I've added a couple of things. One is today I'm going to add a mirror. Hopefully it'll work. It fastens on the hand grip. I'll show it to you when I get it done, but it's the only one I could find. The other ones that mount on the handlebars and kind of stick up, they don't do poop. They shake too much. But this one may work, but I do need a way to see what's behind me, because my neck, as I've gotten older, doesn't turn 360 degrees like it used to when I was a kid. It only wants to turn about 45 degrees, and that's about it. So enough said about that. Overall, I would give the e-trike right now, the Liberty e-trike, I'd give it a 9. You know, it's what it's designed for. It's perfect, you know. It's narrow. It's got 3 wheels, but the rear 2 wheels are narrow. In other words, you can drive it in a grocery store or in your home. You could drive it through the door. If you live in an apartment, same way. You could just drive it right through your door of your apartment. And as far as carrying it upstairs, you know, like folding it up and carrying it upstairs, that'd be a little difficult. You know, if you're Superman, you can do it. But for your average person, it's not going to be a fun thing to do. They're not designed for that. But, you know, they also have a neat little feature on the Liberty e-trike, since they have a battery that's under, I can't remember, 300 watts or whatever it happens to be. You can take it on an airplane. That's what they say. But, you know, that is such a minority of the audience that I wouldn't even consider that. You know what I mean? If you're going to go on a trip to Europe, you want to wag a electric bike or a trike with you? I doubt it. You know. And, you know, if you're going to visit friends or whatever, you know, but go in your car and throw it in the back of the, will it fit in the trunk of a car? Probably not. Probably fit in an SUV real easy, because the SUV is just like my truck. All it is a pickup with a camper top. That's all the big ones are. And I can get it in the back of my truck without even taking it apart. You know, I mean, I have to lower the seat a little bit. And that's it. But having said that, we're moving right along, and TRIKEMAN is born and living well, and he's got him a new cape at home in my casita RV, and sooner or later he will jump out in the world and show off his new cape. When that will be, I have to be in the right mood. TRIKEMAN has to be in the right mood. You know what I mean? That's one of those silly things that you kind of have to have your mind in another dimension, so to speak. But here we come into Granite Shoals, Texas. And so what else can I tell you? For you guys that are looking, whether you're looking at e-bikes or e-trikes, I'm for it, okay? I don't have an opinion on e-bikes. I've only had an e-trike 3-wheeler. And you know, again, I recommend them for anybody, not just RVers, man. For people that live in, if you live in a city that's safe enough, in other words, if you can go to a store or to the post office or wherever you need to go on a bicycle, then you can go on an e-trike, okay, electric tricycle, okay, you can. As to, if there's a lot of traffic, unless you can get on the sidewalk, I wouldn't recommend it at all, because traffic sucks. I mean, it just does. Even out where I live here near Kingsland, Texas, there's hardly any cars, but when there is one zooming up behind you in a neighborhood, you know it. And then the dogs are always a factor. I don't care where you live, dogs are always a factor. And you know, but you know, they will run at you. And that, you know, if you don't have something readily available to defend yourself, like a small bat or something, or a stick or whatever, they're there, man. I mean, they just come out of nowhere. You know, they'll catch you off guard every time. And what else can I say about it? It's fun. It adds another dimension to my life. Of course, I'm 74, and you younger guys and gals probably think, well, you know, how stupid. But that's fine. You know, you'll get here one day at a time. But it's a beautiful day in Central Texas. Temperature right now is 71 degrees. and it's just really nice. The high today is supposed to be 78. Right now it's about I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock, in that range. But no, it's a beautiful day. I'm looking forward to TRIKEMAN triking this afternoon. I'm not going to do a video every time I go triking because, you know, I enjoy just going without the camera and not having to worry about doing a video. But I'll do one every now and then. And just like driving videos, every now and then I'll do a driving video and keep you up to date on what's going on. As far as the next trip, maybe January in that range, and then February, March, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm going to go out to New Mexico in March or April. I've been watching the temperatures in Capitan, New Mexico. I have a second home base in Capitan, New Mexico, elevation about 6,500 feet near Ruidoso, about 18 miles from Ruidoso. Small town, great place to go e-triking. TRIKEMAN loves it. May go out there, I'm thinking the 1st of April, maybe before a little bit, because I still have a New Mexico State Park pass that is good through the end of April 2020. So we'll have to take advantage of that. I would love to go out to Pancho Villa State Park. I may go out there in April if I can find a spot, because see, that's when the snowbirds are starting to move back north, and they use that park on the way home sometimes, and it can get busy. But we'll see it. But it would be a great place. I mean, I'm telling you, Pancho Villa State Park and e-bikes and e-trikes were made for each other. Why? Because the little community of Columbus is just right next to the state park, and you can ride into Columbus, ride all over. It's a small town, virtually no traffic, several good little places to eat. They got a library, a neat little library. A good little library actually. And they have a museum there, and they also have a museum at the state park. And you can get to every bit of that on your e-bike or e-trike. So there is something to be said about that. And the fact that I figured out how to put my electric trike, my Liberty electric trike, in the back of my truck without having to, you know, fold it up or anything is pretty neat. Now we'll see. The Bolton would be totally different. The Bolton electric trike is, you know, it's got 20-inch tires as opposed to 16, so that raises it up 4 inches higher, so it may require more effort to get it in the truck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh the disadvantages for me, not for anyone else, but for me, of the 2 electric trikes, and whichever one works the best for me I will keep. But that does not mean that the one I don't keep is not good. It just means that for my particular circumstance, it doesn't work as well as the other one. All right, and believe me, I'll be a fair judge, because I don't want to cheat myself. You know, but we'll see. I mean, it's fun. Look what it's giving me something to do, man. I mean, I got something to think about, something to plan on. I went and got a bike mirror. Come on, it's a whole new universe. It's like, you know, open a box and there's all kind of neat stuff in there, and that's the way I look at life. I want it to be a toy box. I want to be playing with those toys and doing stuff all the time until I ain't here anymore. You know, and then on the other side, wherever I end up, maybe they'll have something neat to do. You know what I mean? And I'll keep going. Maybe I'll be digitized and kept in the cloud forever. There are those that will be. But what else can I tell you guys? This thing's gone on about 13 and a half minutes now, so finally I can see the screen. I was smart enough to brighten the screen before I started the video. I'm catching on, guys. After 8 years of doing videos, I finally figured something out. Takes a while. But it's a beautiful day on my left, which you can't see and I can't either because of the brush and the trees, is Lake LBJ, formed by the confluence, or the coming together of, the Llano River and the Colorado River in Kingsland, Texas, which we'll go right over this hill and see it. And anyway, I went to Walmart today. I know that's another exciting thing for me to talk about. But you know, they have some cheap jogging pants made by Fruit of the Loom that are really lightweight. That's why they're cheap. There's hardly any fabric there. But they're a great in-between weight on cool days. You know, some jogging pants are so heavy you put them on and they're hot, And these are just that mid-range, that 60-degree temperature stuff. And so, if you want to keep your home a little cooler on the inside and still be comfortable like me, and they're hard to find, because every time I go to Walmart, I'd go by that one section where they have them, and they didn't have them. But today they must have just got some in, because I wear a large, and they had them. Actually, I should wear a large tall, because these are what I call high water pants. They're a little short. I don't care. These are the only ones they had in the large, so they'll work. They'll do. The other ones will go in the garbage, and that's what I do. Whenever I add something, I take something out, or try to. I'm not adding anything. I'm not. The trike didn't displace anything other than some stuff in my pickup. So anyway, we'll end the video up here when I make this turn on this country county road 2342. I never can remember the name of it. Yeah, that's it. County Road 2342. We'll turn right here, as in the opposite of left. I love it. We've even got politics down to left and right. That is so freaking stupid. Here we go. My usual rolling stop. It wasn't either. It was good enough. Anyway, from near Kingsland, Texas, guys, on his way home, TRIKEMAN, also known as, or AKA, also known as Rusty 78609. Thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye, buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Well, you know why. And for those of you that have used the link, thank you very much. For those of you that are planning on using the Amazon link, thank you also. It helps. But what else? Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll also help you lose weight, because you'll be full of water, and the only way to really lose weight is eat less. And what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep through your nose or your mouth. It does not matter. Hold it for a few seconds and then breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? You bet it is. And then what else? Stretch, stretch, stretch. Swivel, swivel, swivel. Walk, walk, walk. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Exercise your body once or twice a day. You'll never regret it. You'll feel better. You'll feel more like doing things and all that stuff. And then what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your beautiful head. That is your head. It is nobody else's head. It is yours. It is your brain, your consciousness. Don't let people dump trash in your head and in your consciousness. The way to form good thoughts is to add good ingredients. That's that simple. But anyway, guys, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time, and do it. Anyway, it's Sunday here and a beautiful day. So anyway, guys, having said that, adios amigos, bye-bye.